So I just got through having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were discussing what do we miss most about being in a committed relationship. And we both agreed that it was that emotional connection.
What was my worst date ever during my dating escapades after a divorce? I'm so glad you asked. I can't wait to tell you. 7:40, I walk out with my head held high. By myself. No text, no call. But I do get a call 2 days later.
Do you know what I'm really tired of? Men fucking with me. I separated from an 18-year marriage in my early 40s. I'm 50 now. I would have expected it to be easier as I got older.
You turn and you walk through that door.
So I just got through having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were discussing what do we miss most about being in a committed relationship. And we both agreed that it was that emotional connection. Now, of course, we miss the sex, of course. But when you have that emotional connection with somebody, the sex is so much greater. So when I'm talking about emotional connection, it is, it's things like laying on the couch with each other's heads on our chest, or just sitting there talking, or even just staring at each other, not saying a word, and it's not awkward. But just that touch, that feeling of somebody next to you.
Welcome to the Lion Life channel. Did you know that these modern day women, especially in the age of social media, believe that their man is easily replaceable? This lady spent years with her man, building and growing together, and with the drop of a hat, she leaves him for a new man, believing she can easily build a new connection. This lady is in her 40s, for crying out loud, and is willing to leave her man for ridiculous reasons, like this heifer did.
You know, my marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Corey some beautiful, amazing children. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, how I'm looking at it now.
What was my worst date ever during my dating escapades after a divorce? I'm so glad you asked. I can't wait to tell you. So I picked a place in downtown Miami. He's like, great, Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, see you there. Awesome. Side note, he also went out of his way to say, I'm very punctual, so I will be there right on time. I'm like, oh, how refreshing. So I get there a couple minutes early, I valet the car, and oh wait, I'm a little early. What am I supposed to do? I'll grab myself a little drink, sit my ass out the bar. 7:15 rolls around, no text and no sight of the guy. And now it's 7:30. Is this guy for real? 7:40, I walk out with my head held high. By myself. No text, no call. But I do get a call 2 days later. You're not gonna believe what happened to me. When I left to go to meet you for dinner, I put my phone on top of the car. I listened politely as he talked about his flying phone, and then I said, have a great day. Bye. During my dating escapades after divorce, I once went on a date with a guy who said, yeah, I'm just waiting for my Ferrari. I said, what does that even mean? And then he gave me a laundry list of items that were a requirement for his Ferrari, which is the type of how much money she made, how tall she was, no kids, her education, all these items that for him were like, that's a Ferrari. Awesome. I then went back down to eating my dinner, and that was that. We never saw nor talked to each other again, and that's okay. There's no regrets. There's no like, oh, I wasted my time. Not at all. You know why? Because I look at dating as data collection, as you should too. Okay, we had a few conversations, didn't go so well. It's okay. I got to learn something. I was like, okay, I don't want a guy who's super superficial. Okay.
This woman thought the dating scene was the same as when she was younger, and she could easily snag another husband. Now she's facing the reality of dating in the 21st century as an older woman. Not many men are beating down her door to go out with her. A divorced woman, they may want to.
Jack it up, dig up.
but that's it. These women who want to be with a man need to think long and hard about divorcing their husbands for trivial things. My lions, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See? Yeah, man.
Do you know what I'm really tired of? Men fucking with me. I separated from an 18-year marriage in my early 40s. I'm 50 now. And the few men that I've dated, they were so undecisive. And the games they fucking play, seriously, man, you're in your late 40s, almost 50, don't fuck around. Like, seriously, don't play games. It's getting so fucking annoying. I'm so tired of this shit. I would have expected it to be easier as I got older. Men, stop fucking around with women, okay? Be honest.
I've been divorced a long time, about 7 years now, and I have learned so many lessons. And I would like to save some other people some of those lessons, even though I do think some of them are good for you and you have to learn. But I think we should give each other some tips. Number one, when you've been married for 20 years and you come out thinking, oh, it's just going to be sunshine and roses, I'm going to find somebody, I'm going to have a new wonderful relationship. No, you're not. Unless you already had one on the back burner, chances are you're going to find out that people don't date anymore. Not date. They might date. But as far as like calling you up, taking you out, seeing you again the next day, it doesn't usually happen. Or is that just me?
This lady is giving a valuable life advice to all other ladies out there. Don't be a typical delusional modern day woman believing that lots of men are out there waiting for you. Just because a few are looking your way, most likely all they want is some pum pum. You see me?
I'm just sitting here thinking, social media got people fooled like everybody is replaceable, and it's not true. Listen, just because you find someone who looks good doesn't mean they have good energy. It doesn't mean they have good intentions, and it does not mean that they're a good person. Because if you think you're going to play a good person, you're only playing yourself. Because that person just going to be good to the next person.
When you have a good thing going on with your man who's holding you down, ladies, you can screw it up and suffer the consequences. The older you get, the more likely you won't easily find another good man, no matter what stupid advice you listen to in these social media spaces. See me? Hold tight. The gun again.